Well, everybody, here's the new lathe. Not much here now, but I'm not going through the trouble of untarping it. You'll see that in the video to come. But it ain't small. There's the steady rest. I don't know if you can see up there. It's a 32-inch chuck. And that's the bottom of the taper test. But to give you an idea, this trailer's 20 feet long. So yeah, you'll get to see that when it's untarped. Now I gotta try to make room in here for that big bastard of a lathe. The lathe is 15 feet long. The length of this garage here is 26, or no, 28, sorry, the width is 26. So I want it to stay under this step down in the ceiling. Because over here is my vehicle bay, I guess you call it. Now I don't mind going a little bit on the outside of this, because I got shelving there now. So the only thing I can think to do, I didn't want to put it up against any wall or anything like that, because then I can't get at the back of the lathe to get at the motor or anything, and I'm going to have to change the motor, because it's a 600 volt 3-phase motor on it, and there's no way of me getting that in here. Well, there is a way, it's just a bit of pain in the ass, and I'm not going at it, so I'm just going to change the motor. But basically what I got to do is, the lathe is going to run right here, more or less. I'm going to take the existing lathe, I guess this is now going to be my small lathe, and I'm going to take the headstock and I'm going to basically swing it over so it's not quite on an angle to the mill, but it's going to come over this way a little bit. So it is going to be a bit tight in here, but you're only standing up, turning levers, you're not running around. So it's good enough for that. So I'll get this one on an angle, and the lathe will go basically behind it and in this way, so the headstock will be about right here somewhere. That way I can get at the motor from the back side, I can get at all the control sensible. That lathe is going to block some section of the last couple feet of the bed. Now that lathe out there, but it's got a 12-foot bed. It's not very often I'm going to be machining stuff that long, so if it is a bit tight back there, then I'll just deal with it. This is the biggest garage I was allowed to build. I can't build onto it, so work with what you got. And this is what I did to figure everything out. This is every square on this graph paper is a foot from my garage. So, and I cut out all this shit here. That's the scale as well. That's the big lathe. That's the small lathe. That's my milling machine. The 6x6 is basically the square footage you need around it for clearance, because you got to get at the back. Or rather, showing you that fucking thing. You got to get at the back here for the belts, so that got to be able to open. You got to be able to get at this side for the controls, obviously, and then the table moves a long ways back and forth. It's got a 48-inch table, and you got to be able to get at the controls here, and there's nothing really on this side besides the motor's directional switch, which is not even hooked up right now. It's forward only. So but that is basically the size of the lathe there, and that's my drill bit cabinet, my red machinist box, my bench. That's not supposed to be there. Throw that out. But yeah, anyway, that's how it's gonna go. The lathe's gonna get twisted. The big lathe's gonna run in like this. Bench gonna stay where it's to. That red toolbox there should stay where it's to. My box for all my welding crap, I'm probably going to move that somewhere. I'm thinking upstairs, so that's going to get moved. This roll around here, like as you can see, the door's in there, so it's junk in here. That can all get emptied out. I found a new spot to hang my lathe bit, little rack there. This lathe toolbox, I'm not sure what is going to end up happening to that. It's going to get moved. So, I don't know. I'll find out. I'll figure it out when I get there. And this industrial shelving here, it's either going to get brought down to my cabin using the net garage, or I might try to stack it on top of this one. I do have enough ceiling height. And I'll figure out what to do with that stuff after. But anyways, yep. It's going to go in right there, basically. But yeah, for the upstairs, that's the door. Up there is not insulated, it's not heated. It's just, it is what it is, the storage. And I had a plan a while back. I was supposed to do this before the winter came, but I didn't. At the 8-foot mark, which is right here, I was going to build a wall straight across on the inside up there, remove that door altogether, and then put a door between this side and this side. So over here it'd be cold, and the heat would just go up there, and I was insulated all, and then I'll put whatever I can up there. This whole toolbox is probably going to go up there. Even those bolt bins and just random bins, they'll probably go up there as well. And I might even try to congest my machinist tooling down a bit, or get another box. What I might do is get a roll around box the same width as one of these, either that toolbox. I'll probably end up being that one because that one has more drawers. And then I'll just relocate all this stuff into another drawer, or all one box. And this one here, honestly, there's not much in that one either. There's a little bit of tooling on that side, and this side over here is just wide open and is full of my porta power cylinders and crap like that. So realistically, that box can go, that lower box anyway, this lower box can go. That welding box, that can go upstairs. Those two cabinets over there, they can go upstairs. The drill bit index here, that's staying. I'm not getting rid of that. I'm not going upstairs every time to get a fucking drill bit. But yeah. So, hopefully, next week off sometime. I work week on, week off. That's why I keep saying next week off. I'm at work this week. So, hopefully now next week off, when I get time again, I'll be able to devise some way of getting that giant ass lathe off of the trailer and in here on the floor. I might start to build some machinery skates for moving machines around, because there's a couple times now I've needed them, and now will be a really handy time to have them. So I think in the evenings after work now I might come out here and pick away at that. So it was not too bad. Everything else here is on wheels. Welding machines are on wheels. Toolboxes. The only thing not is that drill press. I gotta take that shelving down, which is not bad, and swing that lathe over, the small lathe. So that shouldn't be too bad either. So only pick that end up. If I got my skates built, it'd be even easier. Just pick it up and swing it over this way. And yeah, that's about it. Because I sat here for about a half an hour moving all this crap around, trying to lay everything out, seeing what way is the best. And the most practical layout I can come up with is this one here. And luckily that's the one that requires the least moving of the existing tooling that I got. Like, I came up with a couple ideas where I was going to put the big lathe along the wall here like this, then I have to move the mill, and I'd have to move that small lathe. And I thought about putting it across the back wall. I thought about taking the lathe here, putting it like that, but I'd have to operate it from the work bay side. And I was going to move all this, put the lathe here and the bench here, but that requires moving the lathe over. I got to rewire this lathe because I have to run all the wiring over from the panel. Right now it's set up the way it is, so I have to rewire that and move it and level it. And my drill bit index. I was going to put that there like that, and then, but it's harder for me to get the headstock in first. The way I got offloaded from the trailer, you'll see that. I'll get video of it. And it's more moving around, and I don't really like the setup where I have to operate it from this side over here, because this side over here is not always free, and I don't want to be walking around getting tools, walking back, and yada yada yada. So it's going like that. Lathe staying there, mill staying there, that's staying there, and yeah. But if you want to lay out your edge, that's a good way of doing it. It's a lot easier to move around pieces of paper. It gives you a good idea of what's going on. Everything's to scale, and it's cheap. It's a hell of a lot easier than shuffling all that shit around and looking at it and going, oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to move it all back or move it over here. Save you a lot of manual labor. So yeah, graph paper, go buy a pack. It's good. Anyways, I think that's about all I got to say about the new lathe. When I get it in here, I'll do an actual walk around of it, show you the details of it, because honestly I don't really know that much about it. I looked at it for about 20 minutes in all honesty. So yeah, it'll be a first time walk around for me and for YouTube. So when that's in here, I'll do that. I don't want to do it outside because it's been snowing on and off, and the weather's warmed up. So, and it's blowing a bit, so trying to get that tarp back on by yourself when the wind is blowing is a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to leave it as is. When it's in the garage, then I'll look it over and figure everything out. I do need a bit of work, mainly the electric motor, but there is a problem with the base underneath the head end here, and I'll get into that anyway when I show it to you, but it's not too bad. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Now in a couple of days you'll probably see me building some machinery skates, and then you'll see me hopefully moving the lathe in here without any major incidents. As long as no one loses any limbs, it'll be not too bad, and as long as the lathe doesn't get destroyed or go through my floor, should be alright. So see you guys later. Have a good one. If you like my videos, like them, subscribe. Helps out for me getting other people to see this shit. So have a good one.